Good day, it's Councillor Carl Bowden from Cape Exit, and today I'm at the Waal Flats in District 6. I'm with a few community representatives who are going to tell us a bit about their frustrations and their issues with the Western Cape Department of Housing. Okay, we are going to hear now about the maintenance issues which this community is facing. Shanaz, can you tell us a bit more about some of these serious issues that your community is facing?
Okay, Councillor. For years now, we've been having problems where the department refused to do any maintenance because we won't sign the new leases that they want us to sign.
Right.
And so they tell us straight out, if you don't sign the lease, we won't repair anything. And this is often burst geysers, electricity faults, which are serious issues. People have to live with extension leads because they don't have electricity. And the department just refuses to come out and see to it. If they do come out, it takes them months sometimes.
Right.
And so people are forced to live boiling kettles of water to get hot water, which is not it's not fair.
Right, and I believe that there's even problems with light fittings that are unstable and are about to fall out of the ceiling, and people that have got holes in the floor.
So there's lots. These flats are quite old, and but there's no regular routine maintenance.
Right.
So they wait until something serious happens, and then they will come out and fix. But so years and years of negligence and not maintaining the properties. So it's now caused that the places are falling apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Shanaz. All right, thanks, Shanaz. That is really troubling to live under conditions like that. So now we're going to hear about the rental irregularities. I believe that there are some issues with the people that are living in these units.
Yes.
Can you tell us, Beverly, a bit more about?
Okay. In the first place, there's government workers living here, which shouldn't be here, because at the end of the day, what happens with their subsidy that they get working for the government?
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And another thing is, there's people living here that's earning like 30,000 a month, and community does nothing about it. They're telling community, oh, our husband's a fisherman. At the meantime, he's an engineer on the boats. And then you got people that are moving in here and paying next to nothing. So I would like to know what infrastructure is doing about these people, because at the end of the day, they shouldn't be living here. And why are they putting government people in these flats when we're supposed to be getting these flats? So what do they have? I had a neighbor telling me he's going to own 3 flats here.
Right.
And he works for the government. So where is the structure of this thing? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Right. So I believe, Beverly, that there are people living in some of these apartments that are allegedly running drug operations and drug dens from their rental properties.
That is correct, Councillor. And, we complained and we did everything not to get them thrown out their flat, but they are doing nothing. I mean, if you can actually come sit here and watch what goes in and what comes out. And we have got children. I have got grandchildren. Shanaz has got children. Linda's got children. What do we do with them? You're too scared to let them go out. I mean, they radio all the time, but nothing, that's it. So what do we do? What can we do?
Okay, so there's an issue in terms of the criminal element that are residing in these apartments.
You get
as well.
Taxis pulling up here, hooting, making noises. You get people shouting by the windows here at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And nothing is getting done about it.
Right.
So what, as a community, what could we do about it? We can't do anything.
And Shanaz, I believe that you've put all of this in writing to the Department of Housing, and they've ignored this.
Yes, Councillor. I've written to the Mayor, the Premier, the Provincial Minister, the National Minister, the Presidential Hotline, the Special Investigations Unit.
Right.
I've even written to the President, and the only one that responded was the Deputy President's Office, who has instructed the Minister's Office to deal with this problem and sort it out, but they just ignored it.
That's ignored.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Beverly. So, Linda, I believe that there are serious issues with the garages here, that there are people using these or renting these garages that don't even live here, and some people don't even have motor vehicles, yet they're allowed to rent the garages. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, yes, Councillor. Yeah, the department, according to the lease, you may apply, if you have a car, you may apply for the garage as an extra that you will pay rental for.
Right.
But for people who have cars who are living in the Waal Drive, who are the community, once they reach that point where they have a car and they wanted to rent out a garage, there is no garage for them. And they don't even get response from the office. With writing letters and asking for the rental, they don't receive any response. Instead, what we see is that the garages are being occupied by the other outside people who are living outside of the Waal Drive. They renting out these garages to the office, but the office doesn't consider the people from the community as their first priority. So you'll find that the community of the Waal Drive will have their cars sleeping outside, and then it's very risky because their cars can be broken into.
Yes.
And by law, you're not supposed to break down any wall or do any alterations without going passing through the office, the department. But because you've been applying and asking, but you don't get any response, you will end up doing your own thing, your own alterations, and that will still get you in trouble. So the point, what is the point of living or being a tenant in a place where you are not considerate for any other options or changing that are coming through to your community? So,
thank you, Linda. Can you tell everybody a bit about the security risks that are existing in your area?
Yes, on that too. You'll find that on the units, supposedly everything is the same. Once it's maintained, like for instance, once they put this aluminium windows, they put for the whole drive. They installed it for the whole drive.
Right.
But now we found they installed these windows, but they never installed securities like burglar bars.
The burglar bars.
Yeah,
right.
so it's so easy for anyone, especially on windy days. A lot of criminal activities can happen.
Right.
So it will be easy for somebody to just break in your window and come through your window.
Right.
But we will find that there's other units that the department will maintain for those tenants, and they will maintain almost like everything, the floors, everything, the painting, the burglars and everything. And you'll find that they are paying a rent and we are also paying rent. So what is it that is different from them than us? Why are we not receiving the same service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they should, as they installed for every house a window, then they should also install security in every house, because it's very important.
Right. Thank you for sharing, ladies. And this is a serious issue that your community is facing. Shanaza, what would you like to say?
Councillor, I would like for the Western Cape government to listen to us and take our issues serious and address it accordingly.
Right.
We really appreciate and welcome the assistance of the Cape Exit Party.
Great. You're welcome. All right. So what we are going to do as a party is we are going to be exposing these issues that the Western Cape Housing Department is not attending to, and we're going to create awareness amongst the community of this. And we are going to be addressing all of this in a letter to the Minister of Housing for the Western Cape. And we're going to be demanding a meeting with their department, with the various role players, as well as representatives of this community, so that we can iron out every single issue and that it can all be resolved, from maintenance to security to parking to rental irregularities, for all of it to be resolved and for these issues to be taken seriously. I thank you.